to invite our first open mic to the stage, Whittaker.
Hi everyone, pleasure to be here tonight for a great cause. I'm going to read a small number of poems. The first one, trigger warning for homophobic abuse, and it's called Not This Again. I assume we're invisible, two women at 50, plodding through the heat back to our car. In my younger days, I'd scan the horizon more warily. Clock, sunburnt men clutching pints, ranged along the harbour wall, their backs turned to boats bobbing on the Solway. Lessies! So many years since anyone shouted abuse, it takes a while to register late outset onrage. I'll try that again. Late onset outrage at a statement of fact, like we care what they think. No need to clap between poems, but thank you. Okay, this is a poem about a Victorian serving woman. If you can imagine being a sort of pinny, perhaps, that might help. It's called Library of Stones. The worst room to clean, all those leather spines, skin of ordinary beasts, embossed with letters I cannot read. And not just words, pictures, the lewdest sort. The young master showed me, tried to sit me in his lap, then pushed me from him, called me harlot, said he would have me let go, but he didn't even rise to that. I pity him. I sort the linen. I know whose breeches he stirs for. The words we speak, are they so different from the ones in books? Do they thunder like the minister on Sunday? The master, hoping to impress, calls himself a natural historian, counts rocks into featuring piles, glittering grey pebbles, tiny tombstones, one brute heavy as iron, a long green vein through it. Another called to me, mute red, no bigger than my palm. I slipped it in my apron, lived for days, in fear he'd miss it. But he has so many. I am careful to take from the bottom of the pile to keep only one. I am not a thief, no more than he is. They are not his because he picked them up and labelled them. I'm going to read a new poem that I wrote. I've been part of the Scottish Feminist Judgments Project, which is run from Edinburgh University, and they are rewriting sort of key Scottish legal judgments with a feminist perspective. It's a really interesting project. Have a look at their website. They called on various different creative people to get involved, and I wrote this poem. And it's about a case, a notorious case from Glasgow, in which a woman was murdered by her ex-partner who'd been stalking her. And the judgment is 36 pages long, and the woman is barely present. So this is a poem about that. Not here. Not in this wall of words, considered deliberations of 5 judges, muffling argument, convoluted phrases. Not in the pathologist's report. The facial injuries, the worst she'd ever seen, multiple, comminuted fractures. Google it. Shudder. Look her up. Find her smiling out of snaps like any one of us, not sensing we are mortal. Right, and lastly, I'm going to do a poem that, if maybe you went to the kind of school where this phrase was used, Jamrags, the sanitary towels. Jamrags, boys shouted after girls who'd started to bleed. School corridors echoed, Jamrags, Jamrags. They reached a hand between our legs, felt a wedge of thick pad. Jamrags, Jamrags. Terror of a red smear on a plastic chair, surreptitious turning back every time you stood. Dread of stain rusting your skirt all the way home. Jamrags, Jamrags. Who cared about toxic shock? Worth the pain, bloodied fingers, one foot on the laundry basket, struggling to find the angle. you very much.